Good evening, basketball fans. UTSUNOMIYA BREX hosts the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS here in this midweek edition of the B-League. We're packed to the rafters. This is a great game for both these squads, but UTSUNOMIYA BREX right now on a 4-game winning streak. They'd like nothing less than to continue that streak here. Up against a Yokohama squad that you can see there at 4-8. They need to do a little bit of catching up, but for UTSUNOMIYA, they're just one game behind the Chiba Jets. So this is a must-win situation for them as they try to vie for the top position in their conference. As you take a look at the lineup in a little bit, but that's exactly what they've been able to do in the last couple of games. But for UTSUNOMIYA, they're going to be short Grant Jarrett, who is out with an injury. So they brought in Jamel McLean. No numbers on Jamel yet, but he'll be coming off the bench for his squad. Usually that is the role of Grant Jarrett anyhow. Let's see though how that'll affect their chemistry, because Grant Jarrett was part of that squad of theirs since last season. There is McLean at number 1. Of course, they've got number 6, Makoto Hiyajima, together with number 25, DJ Newbill. They have number 33, Gavin Edwards. And there's Makoto, long-time stalwart of the Japanese national squad, and at 35 years of age, still very serviceable, still at the top of his game. Always in the starting lineup, always getting a lot of minutes here from Coach Zico Coronel. On the other side, you can see the record here of Yokohama, below 500. So Kiefer Ravena and company will have a lot of catching up to do. There's Kiefer on the bench. Usually comes off the bench here for Coach Lassie Tuovi. They had a heartbreaker last Sunday here in our coverage. They were up 90% of the game, and after being forced into overtime, they lost big in the extra period. That was there against the Gunma Crane Thunders. Actually, they lost back-to-back. 87-80, and then the overtime game of 89-82. Here's the lineup of Coach Lassie Tuovi. They got Seiya Ando number 3, Damon Inglis number 4 as one of their two of their key players. To go with number 8, Gary Clark. They also have number 15, Kiefer Ravena. And there's another member of the Japanese national squad, a familiar face to all the fans of Japanese basketball, Seiya Ando. That's going to be a nice sidelight for this particular match. Hiyajima up against Ando. Teammates in the national squad, but going head-to-head here today. Both of them playing the point. Of course, Makoto and his squad with a much better record. Take a look at some more numbers. We're going to have the introduction of the starters for both these squads now. We'll start out first with the visitors, the B-CORSAIRS. Oh, they're going to have Tatsumi Yu as part of the starting lineup. Usually coming off the bench for one of their world imports, it's Tatsumi, but right now, thrust into the starting lineup here by Coach Lassie Tuovi. And now we've got UTSUNOMIYA BREX.
それでは宇都宮ブレックス本日のメンバーの発表です。 まずはベンチメンバーから No.1 ジャメル・マクウィー No.9 ユースケ・エンド No.10 コウスケ・竹内 No.11 ブレイク・青木 No.13 彩り渡辺 No.15 雄大石川 No.17 海星星川 No.18 セイジリカルガ And now, the starting lineup for you, UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Number 42, Isaac Otu. Number 33, Gavin Edwards. Number 25, Pleaser Newville. Number 12, Shinji Takashima. And number 6, Makoto Hiroshima. Head coach, Shinko Konomaru.
There's the starting five for the BREX. Makoto Hiroshima. They've got number 12, Shinji Takashima. Number 25, DJ Newbill. Number 33, their naturalized player, Gavin Edwards. And number 42, one of their world imports, that is Isaac Fotu. As we've got our three referees. We've got referee Imai, together with referee Maeki, and referee Iwatsuki. Handling proceedings here in the middle of the week as we take a look at our starters once again. The B-CORSAIRS starting out with Ando, Inglis, Clark, King, and Yu. For the hometown defending champion, UTSUNOMIYA BREX, Hiejima, Takashima, Newbill, Edwards, and Fotu. A lot of players actually out here for UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Justin Harper, number 32. Their 6'10 power forward is unavailable. And that's why they have number 1, Jamel McLean, who we'll see a little bit later on. Right now, UTSUNOMIYA is third as far as points are concerned. 3 points percentage at 36.1, and second in assists at almost 24 dimes a game. First possession will go here to the visitors. And it's Ando. They have the much taller defender on him, It's not Makoto Hiyajima on Seiya Ando. Clark with the move will come up short. Nice rebound by Isaac Fotu. That's what he does. Cleans up the boards for his squad. DJ Newbill, the MVP. They look inside, sidestepping move. Isaac Fotu with the first basket of the ball game. You can see the way they move that ball around. It's very methodical. And then they press. Look at that defensive line is really high. Not to mention the fact that they've got Takashima, who is much taller. Takashima is at 6'3", Seiya Ando is at 6'1". But Takashima not as quick as he picks up his first foul there. I'd like to venture a guess that somewhere down this game, and especially in the fourth quarter, it's going to be Makoto up against Seiya. Yu goes to Clark. Clark once again from that same spot against the double team. Falling away, yes! That was a tough shot. Ties things up here too. Early goings. Newbill likes to have the ball in his hands. Likes to bring it down. Finds Makoto. Hiyajima looking for space. That's all he needs. He heard us. Gets on the board. 4-2. Ando tries to lay it down. Kai King should have cut to the basket. That would have been an easy layup. That's why it's important to move without the basketball. Inside. Nice flip, but boy, DJ Newbill was wondering how that didn't drop, but nonetheless, Isaac Fotu now with his second basket. 6-2 is our tally. Kai King on the outside is going to lose it. Suddenly, he found the wall. And Isaac with that 7-inch wingspan. Watch him. Just shut everything down. Newbill once again. Makoto up against a much smaller Kai King. He likes that mismatch. Edwards will kick it out. Finds Fotu. Fotu for three. That rims out. Again, offensive rebound. Isaac Fotu, nice spin. He's got 6 points. He's got 6 of the 8. Approaching. 3 minutes gone here. In quarter number 1. Ando gives it up. They're starting their offense up high. That's a good move there from Kai King. And that's going to drop. He is much smaller than Makoto, but he's also quicker. Using his foot speed there to get his first basket. That's also one of the main reasons why I think that you have Coach Zico preserving Hiyajima, not wanting him to really exert too much effort on the defensive end. Kai King, though, doing the right thing, putting a lot of pressure on him. King looking to complete the three-point play, cut into this lead. And does. It'll cut the lead in half. Makoto once again. Operating really high though. Little stutter step, throws it up there a little bit too strong. Here's Ando. They'll try to push. No numbers though. That's good transition defense by the home squad. Appreciated there by the fans. That's deep. And that's short. DJ Newbill almost always working a triple-double. Picks up a rebound there. Using that pick. Steps back, puts up a three. Yes! That's why he's the MVP. 11-5. Back up to a 6-point lead. As we approach the 6-minute mark, Seiya Ando gets into the heart of the defense and scores. Asking for a foul as well. Referees say play on. New build. Already in a rhythm. Oh, Tatsumi just bludgeoning Isaac Fotu there. Kind of battle for position. That's what you got to do. You can't allow Fotu to get that close. That's a great entry pass as well. So he'll be replaced after he picks up his first personal foul. So they're going to send in Tarzewski. That's a better matchup here. Inside though. Not to mention they send in the veteran as well. Kosuke Takeuchi, the 40-year-old. Newbill finds Edwards. That's what Edwards can do. And we now have Utsunomiya doubling up here on the B-CORSAIRS at 14-7. Damien English trying to make his move. And a foul's going to be called there on Gavin, his first. Talking to the referee there, saying that he actually forced that foul more than anything else. I was just staying with him. But again, those are the tricks of the trade. Coming in, Yosuke Endo. Early substitutions here by Coach Zico. You can see the long arms. Really using it to the hilt. English trying to get closer. That's good defense there by Edwards. We'll get it back. Takes a quick beat to the basket. Using his fleet footedness. 14-9 is our tally. Approaching the halfway mark. Another foul is going to be called here, stopping the action. That's going to be the first. Kenta Mori actually just checked in. Picks up a personal. That will be the second team foul here for Yokohama. Fans really into it here. Why not? These are their champion BREX. Kosuke hits from three. He has really shown everybody that he's got a lot of staying power. Still in the league, still contributing, and now it's an 8-point advantage at 17-9. Short on that three. Gobbled up there. Hoshikawa in for the first time. That's Kaisei Hoshikawa. Just a 21-year older. That's too easy. And an expected timeout here. The B-CORSAIRS need to talk things over. Just like that, they're down by 10.
横浜前半1回目のタイムアウトです。それではこの時間は水曜ナイトゲーム恒例のワクワクタイムの時間です。事前にご応募いただいた方の中から抽選で5名の皆様にブレックスの選手直筆サイン入り T シャツが当たります。ではワクワクタイムスタート。当選者の皆様おめでとうございます。プレゼントのお受け取りはハーフタイム以降1回インフォメーションブースにて行います。以上ワクワクタイムのコーナーでした。
Back to the action. That's a design play, and it works to perfection. Tarzevsky with his first basket here. That's what you want to do. Show your coach that you can follow instructions. Ravenna in for the first time, and he picks up a personal. His first third-team foul here for Yokohama. Got to go for the steal. And he got caught. Back to Newbill. Off a switch. Endo will come up short. He's got that in his bag of tricks though. He's a deadly three-point shooter. You can't give him any space. Kiefer now at the point. Looks for his spot. Thought he was going to stop for that jumper. Here's Ando. Back to Kiefer. Kiefer inside. Nice quick move there by Kiefer. Drawing the personal. That's a wise move. He saw that Hoshikawa try to go for the steal. That's a veteran move, and right now BREX in the penalty. 3:29 still to be played. 19-11 is our tally. They get it inside Murii. Actually, Murii usually is the starting point guard, but now coming off the bench together with Kiefer. They look for Clark on the opposite wing of where he usually operates from. Almost a nice strip. And they're going to say that doesn't count. Perfect defensive job put up there by DJ Newbill. Coming up with the strip. Watch it here. Boom. That was more than enough to be able to get it to 24 seconds on the shot clock. So they got the stop. They got possession. Now, DJ Newbill, not really picking up the dribbling chores, but Hiejima, usually he will try to be able to stay. Oh my goodness! That is a poor miss from Tarzevsky. That hit back rim. A lot of times, that's why you want your big centers to just slam it through. It's a wasted opportunity for 2 points. Here's Newbill setting up Isaac. Isaac for three, offline. Clark clears. Kiefer now. Still trying to operate. Find space. High off the glass. Short. Makoto with his first board. They try to attack inside. Kicks it out. Kosuke says, let's wait for the rest of the squad though. No need to hurry. Still a lot of time on their shot clock. Step back three. Yes! Nothing but the bottom of the net there. Wow, that is his second three. He's got a total of 8 points. Talking about DJ Newbill to lead all scorers. It's now an 11-point advantage. Kiefer tries to get it back. No. They go back to DJ. I guess Makoto doesn't want to bring it down. Fotu already with 3 buckets. Tries to operate inside. That's going to be a personal foul called. And that's going to be the first on Clark. And that will also put the boys in white in the penalty. Bodying him up with just a little bit too much. So both teams now in the penalty for the final minute and 33. Seiji Ikaruga will check in. Kaisei Hoshikawa also back. You can see the way Coach Zico just moves his players around. Push shot not gonna work. You like what he did though, attacking the defense of Murii, especially deep inside. Couldn't get it to drop. Here's Clark against the local. He needs to be able to score. Kicks it back out. Shot clock is winding down. Kiefer knows it. Finds Clark. Clark for three. Rims out. Isaac Fotu playing point. Makoto for three. Just short. He should have given that back to Isaac Fotu. That might be a shooting foul. Another smart move there from Kiefer. Try to show that he was going for the basket. Definitely 2 free throws though, so it's not gonna matter. Ikaruga was saying he didn't want to give Kiefer any free throws, but as we mentioned a while ago, both these squads already in the penalty. Kiefer now try to get on the board and get his squad closer. They're down by 11. Kiefer excels from the free throw line. So far with 1 point and 1 assist. Second free throw coming up here. Under a minute to be played in the opening period. Some substitutions as Kiefer goes out. They want him fresh for the second period. Damien Inglis is back. Not really able to help out his squad scoring wise, but he's there rebounding. Press broken there easily by BREX. You see they're really well prepared for any eventuality. Hitting from the wing, Watanabe. Oh, check that. That's Yosuke Endo. The lead is at its biggest now at 12, at 25-13. Nice cut, Damien Inglis. Switching hands will miss though. Opportunity. Still, with 5 seconds in the game clock. Another three. That almost banked in. Great pace to this ball game, and so far the fans here at the BREX Arena loving it. Their squad up 25-13.
それではこの時間はブレックス選手クイズのお時間となります。本日挑戦していただくのはこちらの方です。よろしくお願いします。では本日はですね、13番渡辺選手に早口言葉にチャレンジしていただいております。3回連続で早口言葉が言えるかを予想していただきます。早口言葉、本日のお題は東京特許許可局です。それでは成功するか失敗するか、まずお答えいただきましょう。
失敗すると思います。
信じてないんですね。では正解 VTR 見てみましょう。
神奈川県川崎市出身渡辺裕則、早口言葉チャレンジ。東京特許許可局、東京特許許可局、東京特許許可局。成功しました。ありがとうございます。
おめでとうございます。失敗でしたので正解です。渡辺選手のサイン入りタオルをプレゼントいたします。おめでとうございます。以上ブレックス選手クイズのコーナーでした。 第2クォーター、ブレックスボールからスタートです。
Still no Jamal McLean here for the squad of BREX, and why not? Your team is up, but it might be a good time to give him some burn, especially when they get a good lead. But the game's still, of course, hanging in the balance. They're up by 12, but still, we're just in the second quarter. Nice find. Ooh. That should have been a basket and one opportunity. Let's see what the referee saw. Well, they say that he got fouled as he was gathering. So it turns out to be a very good foul by Ikaruga. His second, first team foul here for UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Clark doesn't agree. That was very close though. Say on the back. That's a nice find. Damian Inglis moving so well without the basketball. He's finally on the board. Damian is averaging in double figures. That's going to get him started here. Ikaruga into the paint, fakes, gives it up. Here's Makoto. Back out. Gavin Edwards swishes another one. That's his second three. He's got a total of 6 points. And it's now a 13-point lead at 28-15.
BREX ball.
Trying to get confirmation on what exactly they called. Well, stepping out of bounds for Kenta Morii. So it's another turnover here. Isaac Fotu on his way up. You could see he lost control. He knew that was going to miss. Dodging a bullet there are the B-CORSAIRS. Let's see if they can take advantage. They should. Couple of moves. They send it out. Open three. That rims out. They're getting some open shots, just not knocking it down. Ikaruga inside, bullying his way. He's got a huge advantage. Seiji is 6'1". It's now a 15-point advantage. So UTSUNOMIYA BREX have doubled up once again on the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. A while ago it was 14-7. Now it's 30-15. Look at the patience. They want to open up a huge lead, and that should give them an opportunity to get Jamel acquainted with the B-League. Trying to get the roll, doesn't get it, but 2 free throws coming up here for Inglis. That's a nice spin. Actually, what Shinji Takashima should have done was shut down that spin. He was late to get there. Well, he tried. That's why he picked up the personal. DJ Newell checking in, fresh off the bench. That's not a good sign for the visiting squad. And here comes Jamal McLean. He's listed as a power forward. Standing 6'8". Now let's see what he can contribute. Good time to bring him in. You got a comfortable lead at 15. And you might be able to need him somewhere down the road if you're not able to get Justin Harper back or Grant Jarrett. Bit of a footnote on some of the players here. UTSUNOMIYA's Shinji Takashima, number 12, and Yokohama's Seiya Ando are candidates for this November's World Cup qualifying window. That's going to be against Chinese Taipei. The Philippines also will be parading Gilas Pilipinas. They're going to be playing a home and away against Guam. The free throws works. That gets them closer. See if they can get some stops. There's Watanabe. In. McLean there. A little gun shy. He should have taken it in the first pass from Watanabe. So Yokohama got the stop. Can they score though? Clark puts up a long one. Back rims. Nice long rebound. Back-to-back baskets now here for Yokohama. And they've cut the lead to 19. And slowly also, Damien English finding his rhythm. 3 on the way, a little bit too strong. Nice rebound by Clark. Seiya Ando will try to push. But again, just like what we saw in the first period, no easy baskets. UTSUNOMIYA BREX always getting back. One and done offensively there. Pretty good shot though from Tatsumi. He has that in his bag of tricks. Jamel will pick up a foul from Damien English. First personal on Damien. First team foul on Yokohama. And a timeout will be called here. We'll step away. It's 30-19 in favor of BREX. Caleb Tarzewski thrust back into action here for the B-CORSAIRS. Let's see if he can use his height. Jamel inside. Showing us he's got hops and he can put that ball on the floor. Gets his first B-League basket. Leads back up to 13. English up against Jamel. Seiya Ando into the heart of the defense, a little bit too strong. Picked up by DJ, he'll push to Watanabe. Look at that ball movement, crisp. Watanabe can hit that three-point shot. Not gonna force the issue, tries to go inside. That was a big mismatch. Kai King up against Jamel. He had no choice but to foul. That was a duty foul. He actually didn't realize he had a teammate behind him that was going to offer a double. Newbill once again, not using the pick. Edwards, they're really spraying the floor. They got so much shooters. Gavin Edwards for 3, yes! This guy just stops and pops. That's his third 3. He's got a total of 9 points. Edwards also with 2 rebounds and 2 assists. And the lead is now 16 at 35-19. Again, one and done on the offensive end. Newbill finds an open teammate. Extra pass, Watanabe for 3, yes! Exceptional ball movement. Gets Watanabe open at the corner, and he makes the defense pay. Step away as the BREX increase their lead at 38-19. Once again, we have BREX doubling up here on their adversaries. They're up 38-19. Compression in the backcourt coming from Watanabe. He's going to pick up a personal. He's a fierce defender. He will stick to you like glue. It's called for a foul there on Kenta. His first personal, third team foul now for UTSUNOMIYA BREX though. Coach Zico Coronel using his full complement of players. Say Ando only with 2 points on the distaff side. Nice find, Tarzewski. Actually, Kiefer was also free on the right wing. But looking for the higher percentage shot, they needed that one. Because the lead down to 17. Came into the heart of the defense once again was Endo. They collapse quickly and then they expand. Jamel for 3. Just offline. Showing you he does have that range though. Not afraid to take a shot from there. Sidestepping move. They go outside. Kiefer. They're going to try to set up Damien Inglis. And Jamel will be called for a personal. His first. And that, though, will put UTSUNOMIYA BREX in the penalty. Getting to the penalty at essentially the same time as they did in the first period. In the first quarter, they got into the penalty at the 3:29 mark. So Jamel going to be lifted here. We go to Murii. Not wanting to break down his defender. That's why they go to Kiefer. Kiefer puts up a deep 3. Yes! They needed that shot. Kiefer always there to the rescue. Leads down to 14. Can they keep this going up until the halftime break? Newbill tries to answer. A little bit offline that time. Makoto Hiyajima is back on the floor as well for Coach Zico. Clark giving it up there to say Ando. They need to have something going towards the basket, especially now that the home squad is in the penalty. Morii gets away for two. And the lead is down to 12. 7-0 blast. And it stopped right there by Makoto. .26 is our tally as we approach the final 2.5 of the first half. Not wanting to force up the three. They go inside. Clark. Deep inside. That rims out. That's good boxing out there by Isaac Fotu. DJ two-man game. And after he got past Morii just wanted to foul him. Only the third team foul. That's second on Kenta. Makoto up against Kiefer. That's a great matchup. And Kiefer's going to pick up a personal. That'll be number 2. And that will put Yokohama also in the penalty. There's confirmation. Hiyajima trying to make a quick move. And gets away. Looked like he traveled, but he kept that lead foot of his on the floor. Back-to-back baskets there by Makoto. Watch it once again. A little bit of a stutter step. Gets inside and banks it home. Final minute and 55 here of the first half. UTSUNOMIYA BREX still leading the way here. They've led the entire length of this ball game. Nice find once again. Tarzewski will kick it out. Morii for 3, yes! Morii had to make that shot. Under 90 seconds to be played. Isaac Fotu. Nice swing. Newbill. Looking good. And he drains it. He's in double digits now with 11 points. Morii was worried about the shot blocking ability once again. Had to bring it out. Still a lot of time on their shot clock. Kiefer's pass behind. DJ Newbill waiting for the rest of the squad. They're up by 16. No need to rush. Couple of moves, and that works. The basket should go to Makoto. But just in case for the putback, Isaac Foto was right there. Not gonna drop there for Seiya Ando. Difference of about 8 seconds from the game clock and the shot clock. Lead is back up to 18 here. Went down to a low of 11. Nice little burst put together here. 3. A little bit too strong there from Endo. Seiya Ando trying to force the issue. That's great defense. Kiefer for 3. That would have been huge for their squad, especially playing away. You need to be able to bring that deficit down as quickly as you possibly can. 2 quarters done here. And it's 47 for Utsunomiya BREX, 29 for the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS.
誰もが希望を持って踏み出せる。そんな明日を叶えるリソナグループ。心たぎる瞬間とともに夢やエナジーを生み出す B リーグ。2つの思いが共鳴し、あらゆる人の未来にかつてない熱狂をプラスする。ジョイン・ザ・ホープ。リソナグループは B リーグのタイトルパートナーです。求められるインフラは時代で変わる。求められるインフラは地域で変わる。本当に必要なインフラを提供し続けたい。その道のりは険しく果てしない。それでも私たちは地域の未来へパスをつなぎたい。
ご来場のお客様にご案内いたします。まもなく場内暗転となります。お席をお立ちの際は十分にお気をつけください。本日のハーフタイムショーは19 3B ラボのメンバーでありますケンジが登場いたします。バックトゥザオールドナイトのハーフタイムショーは懐かしの名曲でお楽しみください。
どうも19 3B ラボのケンジです。宇都宮ブレックス盛り上がってますか？バックトゥザオールドナイトスタートです。 リーアンコンプアンラッシュレンスディセザーザチェサンザンライフウィッチイッタゴーザタピリーフロンティアスピリッツ宇都宮ゴーブレックス楽屋でバスケライブガン見していました。はい、もう一曲いきたいと思います。両手広げて夢を書いたテストの裏紙飛行機作って明日に投げるよいつかこの雲に空割って虹をかけるはずだよみんなを連れてくよ宇都宮ブレックスに幸あれケンジでした。
ケンさんありがとうございました。皆さん今一度大きな拍手をお願いいたします。
がむしゃらに進
余計なことに縛られたくない。
なりたい自分に向かっていくんだ。ありのままの自分で挑んでいく。栃木 U25 未来。
マニーは安全で品質の高い医療機器を世界中の人々に届けます。 The best quality in the world to the world。 マニー。
実家継いだんだ。
本田さん、
こんにちは。踊らない？
忘れたさ。
体が覚えてるよ。日月にするの賛成です。
第2章始まる。
日替わり007。
あなたの周りに玉ポリ。あれもこれもみんな玉ポリ。未来を包む玉ポリ。
オーエンスはここ栃木県で公共施設の管理運営を行っています。私たちは地域社会に貢献し、スポーツ文化の健全な発展を目指しています。株式会社オーエンス。
未来を作る、世界をつなぐ、研究と創造のアルメックステクノロジーズ。
吉野石膏はさまざまな視点から安全快適とは何かを模索し、挑戦し、相変わらず今日も暮らしを考える吉野石膏。
モンドセレクション金賞、売れた育毛剤ナンバーワン。遠近保証付きジャパン。
中村土建は地域に愛される企業を目指す。中村土建。
もし綾と結婚してなかったら、おいらはこんなに楽しく過ごせなかったと思う。
これは
それも絶対合わないだろう。
相模店で
家づくりで終わらない、安心安全に暮らせる街を作り、そこでの豊かな生活をデザインする。生活総合産業だからできること。 With You UTSUNOMIYAトヨタウトユホーム。夢見る力をすべての子供たちに。
ゲイリークラブスリーポイント。ガビン・エドワーズ。
As you're taking a look at the highlights here from the first two periods of play, first quarter ended in favor of BREX, 25-13. And now they lead at the half, 47-29. They actually led from start to finish so far here in the first 20 minutes of action. Now we look at the numbers. 2-point shooting, definitely in favor of BREX, though they only have one more field goal. 10 as compared to 9, but they shot 66% as compared to 52%. In terms of threes, big difference here. 45%. 9 out of 20, only 2 out of 11 for 18% for the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. That is not going to be able to win a ball game. Both teams taking very good care of the basketball. Just 2 turnovers for BREX, 5 for Yokohama. And look at those numbers, 6 and 4. Not that big. Those are the points off turnovers. That's expected. 18-16, plus 2 points in the paint in favor of BREX, so not really too much of a difference. Well, Tarzevsky had a lot to do with that because he had a lot of inside incursions. Most of the numbers, just about even. 13 and 14, those are the bench points. Now we look at the scoring leaders. There you see, that is Yuta Tabuse, still on the lineup, but not listed here for today. But you saw in the video a while ago, he also is helping out the coaching staff. DJ Newbill with 11 points, 9 for Gavin Edwards, 8 for Fotu, 6 for Hiejima. Rebounding leaders, Fotu, that's not a surprise, with 5 boards, 4 for DJ, Makoto with 3, same with Gavin Edwards with 3, and Kosuke Takeuchi in his limited time on the floor using the entire 7-foot frame, getting 2 boards. Scoring leaders for Yokohama, Inglis with 8, 5 apiece for Avena, and that is Kenta Morii, 4 for Tarzevsky, and Kai King with a 3. His lone bucket from the wing. They're still in this, but at the same time, they need to be able to make up a lot of ground. And it's going to start from the defensive end as we take a look at the rebounding leaders here for Yokohama. 3 boards each for Inglis and Tarzevsky, and 2 across the board for Ando, Clark, and Matsuzaki. And we're set for the second half as we take a look at our key players. 2 members, longtime members of the national squad of Japan. Let's see if they're going to go head-to-head here in the second period. And we're underway here at the BREX Arena. One and done once again. Another rebound here for DJ Newbill. Makoto. Boy, that was very close to a 4-point play. He picks himself up and he's got 3 free throws now. Not the wisest of fouls from Tatsumi. You got to give the jump shooter some space to land.
3 shots.
Second personal foul on you. Shot in the first for Makoto. That's surprising. Gotta get us to 20 points, and he just might. 7 points now in the contest for Makoto. He's picked his spots quite well. Two out of 3. And it's now a 20-point advantage at 49-29. A chance of defense. Boy, the fans really want to destroy this squad from Yokohama. And the fans there chanting in unison. Kai King, good move. Gets it to Damien, extra pass. You gets blocked. Gavin Edwards is just waiting for that. They're playing 5-on-4. And a smart foul there from Seiya Ando. He had to. They were playing one man down. Already down by 20 points. Now they've got the full complement on defense. Wide open 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net that time. First basket for Shinji Takashima. One of the youngsters here for BREX. That's their new wave of stars. Again, great defense there. And the lead just continues to swell. It's now at 23. Squad of Yokohama still to get on the board here. And almost 90 seconds gone. And there's going to be a turnover. That's turnover number 7. And the team that is up is the one that's playing tougher defense. Here's Makoto. Foul's going to be called there on Kai. He got caught there. He was flat-footed. Hijima can actually go either way. That's why it's very difficult to guard him. Coach Lassie telling his squad, let's go, let's go. We got to push, we got to push. One-time coach of the Finland national squad. Now calling the shots here for Yokohama. 3 on the way. Offensive rebound. Makoto will kick it back out. They don't need second chances, but they're going to get one. 3. Short. English with a big rebound. They needed to stop the offensive thrust here of the hometown squad. Now they got to score. Still operating on the outside. Ando. Nice basket there from Seiya. Still over 20 points is the deficit here for the visiting squad. They need to make their move here in the third, or else the fourth quarter, it's going to be BREX coasting. That's too easy. Actually, Fotu, very smart. Dribbled, looked like he was going to pass. And then when he got right in front of the basket, just threw it in. Isaac Fotu in double digits. There's a switch. Inglis tries to look inside and a foul will be called. That will be on Takashima. He got caught in the switch. Takashima with his third personal foul. He'll hit the bench. Coach Zico said, "You done your job though," as he sends in Yosuke Endo, another one of those tough defenders. Inglis. No beat to the basket, not yet. Tries to work. Goes to the wing. Seiya Ando. Nice strip once again. Look at the active hands. Got all ball there. Matsuzaki's in for the visitors. Had to put that one up. Shot clock was winding down. Heads up play though. Will come up short. Makoto Hiyajima tries to get inside once again. That's good defense by Kiefer. Fotu for three. Yes! This is a timeout that the Yokohama Corsairs really need. They've fallen into a much deeper hole. Now down by 26.
Let's see.
Nice play there, ran by Yokohama. They needed to run something well. At least they can get something positive, but foul's going to be called there, so that's before the basket. Just a side court inbound. Second foul for Makoto. Actually, a very good foul. Let's see the secondary play that they're going to try to run. Clark will hit a big three. Can they get something though on the defensive end? Get some stops. Yosuke back to the wing. Hiyajima finds Edwards. Edwards! Rainbow three, no. So they got the stop. Can they get some baskets? Clark looks for another three. Just short on that one. Good line. That should be BREX ball. Well, head coach challenge here. Not exactly sure you want to use your challenge just for a possession, but when you're up by 23, but I guess Coach Zico says, I want to be able to bury with the opponent as early as we possibly can.
Let's
take a look at the replay, but it looked like it really should be Utsunomiya's ball. That happened right in front of their bench. That's why they feel really strongly about it. There's a tap. And that's off Damon Inglis, and he knew it. You should be a quick challenge, especially if they get a camera angle from the opposite side. Let's see what the officials say. Yes,
ヘッドコーチチャレンジ成功
they're
です。
gonna win it.
ブレックスボールに変わります。
That was expected. Coach Zico saying, I saw it. But again, in fairness to the referee, he was blindsided there. 57-34. Ball going back here to the squad of BREX. Great ball movement once again. That's what they've shown all throughout, not just today. And they get the open shot, and they make it. No surprise there. First entry here for Kaisei Hoshikawa in the second half. And he drains that three. Nice answer there from Matsuzaki. You need to be able to stay in step, at least for the time being, until you make a run of your own. Lead back to 23. Endo will kick it out. Inside-outside basketball is what we're witnessing here. And then DJ Newbill inside. Takeuchi will kick it out. That's a great find. Newbill says, thank you very much. Now with 13 points with that easy layup. And again, the defense scrambling. Here's Ando. Ando will come up short. That was a one-man effort there. On the other hand, watch this. As the BREX players will make sure that just about everybody touches that basketball before they go for the shot. Foul will be called. Damien Inglis is saying he should be called for an offensive foul. But the youngster will now head to the line for two shots. Well, it did look like he actually just put his arm up there to defend himself. It wasn't really to push off. Inglis continues to plead his case. He might have to take that to a higher court, as we have 4:10 still to be played here, and Yokohama already in the penalty. (63-37) is now our tally. Back up to a 26-point advantage. Matsuzaki finds Inglis. Inglis. The pass away from Tarzewski. That might be a 3-second violation here. But they get that three off. Matsuzaki. His layup will count. But that shouldn't really, if you look at it, because before it went down, holding on to the rim there was Tarzewski. Are they going to wave it off? No, they won't. They're going to count it. Under 4 minutes remaining in the third period. So they'll count it, but if you look at the replay, that should have been waved off. Well, no coach's challenge anymore here. Nice find inside. Gavin Edwards will lose it though. Tarzewski, easy basket. So they gotten back-to-back baskets here from Caleb. That should help their cause. Let's see if they can get some sort of momentum their way. Foul's going to be called there on Tarzewski. He's saying that there was a flop there from Gavin Edwards. But he was actually all over Gavin there. Continues to make the motion of flopping. But the foul was called, and it's going to be 2 free throws here for BREX. Three minutes, 4 seconds to go. Still here in the third. Good time to bring in Jamel McLean again. He's in here to take the place of Grant Jarrett and Justin Harper, both. Well, Justin Harper actually was a replacement for Grant Jarrett, but he's also injured. Ravenna, couple of moves. And they're not going to get a shot off. Lead is still at 24. And they're getting the stops. BREX are. That's great defense by Jamel. He was all over Kiefer there. No space for Kiefer to get a shot. Iajima gets it inside. Jamel not wanting to force it. Makoto with a deep three. Now they got some numbers. They need an easy basket. Can they get it? Inglis. No. That might be a foul on Jamel. It will turn out to be a pretty good foul though, because it's not a shooting foul. And Tarzewski was deep inside. Well, take your pick. Takeuchi might have been called for it as well. There was a slight nudge. It's going to be the first foul on Kosuke. They still have one more foul to give before getting to the penalty. Kiefer trying to operate. Gets it back from Clark. Will get away for two inside. And a foul is going to be called on the veteran Takeuchi. Free throw coming up here for Kiefer. Second personal foul going to be called on Kosuke. And so now both teams are in the penalty. Ikaruga bringing it down at the point now. That's a very tall point guard. He stands 6'1". Iajima is going to lose it. Kenta Marie, one of the better defenders that we have here in the B-League. As we approach a minute and 38. Watch his last piece of action. That was off his back leg. Good call by the referees. Referees have done a very good job here so far. All throughout the B-League season, in fact. There's another incursion inside. And Kiefer Avena is looking for back-to-back three-point plays, already now with 10 points in the contest. Watch it once again. Takes it strong, gets hacked from the back. Second there, going to be called on Hoshikawa, the youngster. He's going to learn that when he gets beaten, just give the basket instead of giving up a three-point play opportunity. Ikaruga once again. Great bounce pass. Look at that. Kosuke left wide open. Back rims that one though. Nice rebound by Tarzevsky. Trying to have one little bit of a burst here. Clark hits a three. And the lead's down to 15. That is giving them some momentum heading in to the fourth quarter. They were down by 26 at one stage. Now, with an 11-0 blast, but you cannot allow Ikaruga that easy in lane. Lead back up to 17. Now you need to score. Here's Kiefer once again. Found the rhythm. Found his shot. A tremendous third period here for Kiefer Avena. Now with 14 points in the contest. And still an entire fourth quarter to play. Ikaruga says we're going to go for the final shot here. At worst, we're up by 14. But they want more. So do the fans. That was tipped. Three on the way. That was blocked. Kiefer with a chance here. That's not going to count, even if it drops. But a big run put together here by the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. They now just trail 67-53 heading into the fourth.
BREX。それではここで本日の来場者速報人数の発表です。本日は4240名の皆様にお越しいただきました。本日もたくさんのご来場誠にありがとうございます。最終第4クォーターのスタートです。
That's the perfect way to start out the fourth period for the BREX. It's your main man getting into the scoring act once again. Makoto, little nudge there on Morii, sends him reeling and scoring. Chance here to open things up with a three-point play. Brings the lead back up to 16. Could be 17. Third personal foul called on Kenta. 3-point play is completed, and it's now 70-53. Just like that, in a blink of an eye. Coach Zico said, let's not give him any opportunity to get back. Tarzewski inside. Great pass from Ravenna. Makes you wonder why Kiefer is not used a little bit more by Coach Lassie. Coach Lassie has him coming in spurts. But you know Kiefer, high basketball IQ. Trying to come back with a 3-point play of their own. Tarzewski, much more of a factor here today as compared to over the weekend. And that loss they had, those 2 losses to Gunma. Missing that free throw though. They also missed so many free throws last weekend, which contributed to their losing both encounters. Iejima, poor pass. They're not able to come up with it though. A little bit of luck still on the side here of BREX. That's why coaches say don't jump up until you exactly know what you're supposed to be doing. That's playing to the hands of the defense. And again, Isaac Fotu with a nice smile and a chance for a 3-point play. Nice spin. Yokohama was hoping that the foul would be called on the floor, but that foul there from Matsuzaki, his first, they say, was on the way up for Isaac Fotu. They gotta play smarter, talking about Yokohama, if they want to make a ball game out of this one. Isaac Fotu short on the free throw though. Kiefer looking for space, gets inside. That's another nice pass. You have to react to Kiefer because he can actually hit that floater as well. 10 points now in the contest for Tarzewski. They're gonna say he made contact there with the sideline. Turnover here. Turnover number 5 for UTSUNOMIYA. Kiefer once again. Trying to create for his squad. Attacks. 2-man game with Tarzewski. The pass just a little bit over, but they recover. Matsuzaki for 3. That would have been huge. Isaac Fotu clears. And now they're in the offense. BREX are. That's a great pass. Ooh. Definitely. Endo would have wanted that one back. He could have just flipped it up. Let's watch. But he opted to pass it, and his teammates expected the shot more than a pass. Turnover number 6. Kiefer trying to continue the momentum that they were able to build at the end of the third. Up against Isaac. Gets to his spot, puts up a 3. Yes! Kiefer Ravenna in the zone. Now with 17 points. They've got to get the ball out of his hands. Talking about BREX. He's just doing everything he wants. Lead is down to 12. This is the closest that they've been in a while. They're still within striking distance. Edwards to the wing. Give and go play, but it's broken up. Looks like Coach Lassie in a bit of a quandary. Usually he brings Ravenna out at this stage But with the way Kiefer's playing, you gotta keep him in there.
12番高島、13番渡辺、
So now he'll be relieved.
竹内が入る。
This, I believe, will be a very quick break.
タイムアウトブレックス。
Timeout, though, will be called by the BREX. Coach Zico worried about this momentum that Yokohama's building. Still an eternity of basketball to be played, but the BREX quickly score there in that inbound play. Zico Coronel with another one of those set plays coming off the timeout. Lead is back up to 14. Clark gets it in the repost. He needs to be a little bit more active. Puts up a jumper, yes. That's what he needs to do. Put his team on his back. Now in double digits. Cuts that lead back down to 12. They need to be able to bring it down to 8 in the final 5 minutes. Foul's going to be called though. We're hoping for a turnover as DJ Newbill is back in. DJ had a long rest, which means he's going to go the entire stretch here for sure. Exactly 7 minutes remaining. Matsuzaki with a second foul. That's going to be the third already in Yokohama. Open three. Isaac short. He knew it. He was going in for the offensive rebound. Just couldn't get to the spot. Golden opportunity here for the visitors to put more pressure on the hosts. Here's Clark once again. That's a great spin. Will come up short though. Everything but the shot there for Gary. They send a double. The blitz. And it's an open shot they're going to give. Watanabe for three. A little bit too strong. Kosuke with the offensive rebound. They're going to try to use some clock here. Now going to the attack. High pass. Isaac Fotu. With that power dribble, thought that there was going to be a whistle. Shot clock down to just 1 second. Well, up against a triple team, a lot of times you're not going to get the call.
Oh,
there's going to be a head coach's challenge. This time, Yokohama feels this should be their ball. This is exactly what happened in the first half. And the call was reversed in favor of UTSUNOMIYA BREX. They got possession there. That's where they used their head coach challenge right now. Coach Lassie using it for this possession. That happened right in front of them. Here was the pass. And it looks like that might be going the other way. Good challenge here for Yokohama. And they have a chance to bring this down even further. That's what coaches want. Just show the effort, and a lot of times it'll pay off. Mori, that's a great pass, moving without the basketball there, Clark, and it's now a 10-point affair. DJ Newbill. Now we'll try to take over. Mori in front of him. DJ Newbill, wow, that's a big three. With a defender right in front of him. It didn't matter. Leads back up to 13. Nothing really Mori could do there. 77-64. Inside. Again. Yokohama, their players have been moving so well without that basketball. Creating so many cuts, so many angles. And a lot of easy baskets as well. Leads down to 11. DJ not going to force the issue. Now he's going to need to. Kicks it up. Extra pass. Open three. Not going to work. Nice rebound there. Stretching out was Matsuzaki. Inside. A little bit too strong though. Wow. What a sorry miss there from Damian Inglis. And then Fotu gets it. That's huge. That would have brought it down as Inglis still a little shaken up here on the far end. He says he'll be okay. Just wants to rest a little bit. As we get to this official timeout, watch it. Exactly what happened. Slammed hard against that backstop. And then the easy two the other way. That hurts. Back to the action. 4 minutes and change remaining in this ball game. Still an opportunity here for Yokohama to pull off a big upset. Kiefer Avena's back, and he'll get fouled there. Second team foul going to be called on Utsunomiya BREX. He tried to take advantage of his quickness there up against Isaac Fotu. First personal foul on Isaac. Remember, this was once a 26-point lead for BREX. They thought they were going to cruise. But Kiefer Avena said, nope, not on my watch. Blistering run he led from the third up until the fourth quarter. That's why they're in it. Tarzewski back. The Tarzewski-Kiefer Avena combination has worked wonders. Inglis to Kiefer. Kiefer, nice look inside. Boy, Tarzewski, all he needed to do was get that up. That might have been a bucket, but again, great defense and great hands shown here by the defense. Look. Kusuke sneaking in there with that right arm. Leads 13. Foul's going to be called, and that's going to put Yokohama in the penalty though. Not a good foul. Ravena there with a nudge. He thought that there was going to be an illegal pick call, but the foul was called on him, his third. Makoto. 3 on the way. Short that time. Inglis with the board. Here's Ando. He likes to take over. Kiefer will put up a 3 and hit. Kiefer Avena, my goodness, still on a roll. Anything he puts up drops. Approaching the 3-minute mark. Leads down to 10. Piejima tries to answer. No. A little bit of a nudge there by Fotu, but he can't convert. Chance to get us to a single-digit disadvantage. They go to Damien. He feels he's got the advantage against a local. Kiefer, another 3. Just short. Kiefer thought he had that one. Apologizes to the bench. Under 3 minutes remaining in this one. We got a good one on our hands this Wednesday evening from the BREX Arena. And again, DJ Newbill. During crunch time, he wants the ball in his hands. That might be a backing violation. No, they say it's good. Gets it off. Fotu. Quick 3. Trying to bank that in. Was Takashima. Inglis. Inglis is going to get fouled by Fotu. That's going to be the second on Isaac. And the third team foul on BREX. Nice change of pace. There's confirmation in the second personal foul of Fotu. Still tying his shoelaces. Taking his time doing that. As Muri knew a timeout was coming. Don't go away. A whole lot of basketball still to come. 2:11 remaining in this one. B-CORSAIRS with possession. They need to score here. Time is running out. 3 on the way, just short. Big rebound there by Isaac Fotu. Skying high for that one. As we welcome everybody to the Twilight Zone, the final 2 minutes of this one. That looked like that might have been off the foot. But the referees say no. But an 8-second violation will be called here. Still a turnover, regardless. Still a double-digit disadvantage faced by Yokohama. But they've got possession here. A little bit nonchalant there. Was DJ Newell bringing it up? That leaves this door slightly ajar. We need a quick basket here. A 2 or a 3. Kiefer to Inglis. Inglis from 17 feet short. Caleb tracks it down. Another possession. 3 on the way for Kiefer. Back rims that one. DJ Newell. Another huge rebound. They've gotten the boards when they needed it. Talking about UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Kiefer thought that was good. It looked good. Good line. Just a little bit too strong. Third personal foul going to be called on Inglis. This is going to mean free throws as Gary Clark will check in for Damien. Newell for some insurance baskets. Newell right now has got 16 points, 7 boards, and only 3 assists. Usually he's about 6 or 7. So far this season, UTSUNOMIYA is 3rd in points per game at 85.8. Also 3rd in terms of defense. They're yielding 76.6. Newell on the line is 4th in scoring. 20.4 points per game and also on top of assists at 7.6. That's why I said I'm a little bit surprised. He only has 3 at this stage. He was actually on the bench for quite a while. Lead is 11. Trying to go inside. Clark, yes! Nice fall away there. The deficit is 9. 12 points in the contest here for Gary. Now BREX will try to burn some clock. Trying to go inside. Shot clock down to 4. 3 on the way. Ravenna clears and he's going to get fouled there. Coach Lassie wants an unsportsmanlike. Ravenna's going to stay down. Hopefully that will give the referees a chance to be able to review this one. Will they review it? Are they going to review it? That's the big question. If it gets upgraded to an unsportsmanlike, that'll be big. That'll be 2 free throws and ball position, and they will review it. Just a smattering of fans, because that is the small section of the fans here for Yokohama.
3つ目のパーソナルファウル、ただいまのファウル
He tried to just make a stab at the basketball. Let's see what the referees say.
判定が出ますまで今しばらくお待ちください。
80-71 is our tally. Both teams now in the penalty for the final 49 seconds. It'll be nice if you can see that again from another angle. Just make contact with the body, maybe a little bit of the face. That should merit just a regular foul. But again, there is another angle. Not quite sure if you can see the reverse angle. Let's see how much of the face he actually got. Look at the free throw situation. So far, BREX shooting 63%, 7 out of 11, 7 out of 8 for the B-CORSAIRS for 87%. These aren't going to mean free throws though, because that last foul of Isaac Fotu just put them in the penalty. They're discussing, and it looks like it might just be a regular foul. As expected, third personal, officially there for Isaac. So Ravenna's going to be lifted here. Surprise, surprise. In his place is Hiroki Taniguchi, who has not yet played this entire ball game. Wow. And there's a poor pass. Now they're going to use some clock, and a foul is going to be called here on Gary Clark. Why not have Kiefer in the ball game? Again, that's why Coach Lasituobi is getting paid the big bucks to make those kind of decisions. But again, Kiefer almost single-handedly brought his team back from a 26-point deficit. Not just with his scoring, getting Tarzewski involved as well. And then he hit more than a few booming threes. Makoto. These are insurance free throws. Gonna get it back to double digits. Could make it 11 with the second free throw with only 45.5 seconds remaining. That's a tough ask at this stage, even with a missed free throw. But he's gonna drop, and we're gonna step away here. 82-71, still BREX in the driver's seat.
ウト明け横浜ホールサイドラインからのストライクです。
Looking for a quick shot, and they get a quick three. So that's why they had Taniguchi in there. Not to say that Kiefer couldn't have made that shot, but again, coach's decision. Muri comes in for better defense. Taniguchi goes out. Obviously a designated gunner. But Kiefer's back in. So they gave him a quick breather. Now they're trying to foul. They're trying to blitz. But again, they don't need any more points. And the foul's going to be called there on Tarzewski. 2 free throws coming up. And right now it stands still a 3-possession ball game lead. That's a perfect find by Kiefer. Kiefer Ravena with another assist. Looking at his numbers, Ravena with 20 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 dimes. I would have thought that would have been more. Tarzewski back. They need his scoring. They need his 3-point gunning. Lead is back up to 10 after those 2 free throws. And now, that's a good move here from Coach Zico. Removing Kosuke, a center, and bringing in another wing player to defend the 3. They're going to need multiple 3s. Ravena almost got it. Nice put back there by Gary Clark. But the lead is 8. Fotu for 2. And that's ball game. Ando might want to have the final say. Not going to happen. A rebound here for DJ Newville. That is rebound number 9. And after leading by 26 points, still a comfortable 10-point victory here by BREX over the B-CORSAIRS, 86-76. Stick around for interviews. We're going to hear from Coach Zico and some of the stars of UTSUNOMIYA BREX after they pick up their 5th straight victory and they improve their record to 11 wins against 2 defeats. On the other hand, Yokohama will drop to 4-9. As we take a look at the quarter scoring, only that 4th quarter is where UTSUNOMIYA got outscored, but they built such a huge lead. They held on for victory here. Coach Zico picking up another W here at the BREX Arena.
それではご来場の皆様、本日の水曜ナイトゲーム勝利いたしました我らがブレックスに大きな拍手をお願いいたします。 まずは G ココロネルヘッドコーチからお話を伺ってまいりたいと思います。最終盤追い上げられる場面もありましたが、試合を振り返っていかがですか。
Yeah, I mean, we established a dominant position with our defense in the first half, 13-16. This is good. You know, we obviously dropped a little bit in the second half, but we were lucky we had big buffer.
最初、試合の最初に、13点、16点という、低い、点数で、ディフェンスで相手を圧倒していたんですけれど、後半で、少しやられて、点差は縮んだんですけど、勝つことができました。
次節はアウェー戦になります。11月8日アウェー広島、広島はどのように、チームの分析していらっしゃいますか。
I mean, as we've spoken about before, you know, the assistant coaches do an amazing amount of hard work preparing in advance, and then I focus on the current opponents. So I would turn my attention to Hiroshima once we finish this press conference.
前も言ったんですけれど、まだ、広島のスカウティングの方は、アシスタントコーチの方がやっているので、今日は今日の試合に集中して、また今日試合終わってから、広島に対してまた見ていくので、はい。
ありがとうございます。ではまだまだタフなスケジュール続きますが、今後に向けての抱負を最後に一言いただけますか。
I think we are very fortunate, even though we have, you know, it's back to the old night. We have a lot of old Lions here who are still the king of their pride, and we want a new challenge. We want a new challenge. So the tough schedule is something we embrace, and you guys help us to embrace it. So we thank you very much.
本当にタフなスケジュールの中で、皆さん本当に来ていただいて、素晴らしいですし、今日はバックツーオールドナイトで、オールドな人もたくさんいるので、すごくいい夜になると思います。これからも、たくさん、苦しい時もありますが、応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。Gココロネルヘッドコーチのお話を伺いました。では選手にお話を伺ってまいりたいと思います。まずは本日初お披露目となりました1番マクリーン選手お願いします。まずはブレックスに合流して初勝利おめでとうございます。
Thank you. Thank you to the staff and my teammates. I didn't get a chance to practice with them, but the veteran team is really easy to come in and just join and, you know, not skip a beat.
本当にありがとうございます。スタッフと、チームメートたちにすごい感謝していて、まだ練習する、機会もなかったんですけれど、皆さん、ベテランのチームで、歓迎していただいたので本当に、感謝しています。ありがとうございます。
そして今日はですね、ブレックスの選手としての初得点、そしてもうチームにしばらくいるんじゃないかと思うようなコーナーの渡辺選手へのスリーポイントのアシスト、素晴らしかったと思います。あのシーンは振り返っていかがですか。
Like I said, it's just when you have a team this talented, just coming and playing makes everything easier. And these guys are really talented, and I'm excited to spend the next couple of weeks with them.
こんなにタレント性のあるチームに、歓迎していただいて、その中で、プレーすることは本当に、プレーハードすれば、いい結果が出るので、とりあえず、頑張って、いい結果を出して、よかったです。
ありがとうございます。本日初合流いたしまして、初得点、初アシストを挙げましたマクリーン選手にお話を伺いました。ありがとうございました。では最後ニュービル選手にお話を伺います。 まずは勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
本日もですね、ダブルダブルに迫るスタッツでございました。17得点の9リバウンド3アシストということで、試合を振り返っていかがですか。
It was a good game. I think we really came out and had the energy throughout the whole game, and that's why we was able to win.
すごくいい試合で、試合の中でずっといいパフォーマンスがチームとしてできたので、いい試合だったと思います。
ありがとうございます。では次節はアウェーになりますが、アウェー広島戦に向けての抱負を最後に一言いただきたいと思います。
Thank you to all the fans who came here to support us today, and all the fans that are traveling to sort of support us in Hiroshima. Safe travels, and let's get another win.
今日来てくださった皆さんに、感謝しています。広島まで来てくださる皆さんも、気をつけて来てください。応援よろしくお願いします。
きっといらっしゃるんでしょうね。はい、ということで本日17得点を挙げました DJ リュービル選手にお話を伺いました。それでは本日も勝利いたしました我らがブレックスに皆さん大きな拍手をお願いいたします。
There you see on your screens the next games for these two squads. Utsunomiya faces Hiroshima, and it is Toyama up against the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. That's going to be this Saturday at 1 in the afternoon. There's Yuta Tabuse. As we said, still on the lineup, just not active today. But he creates a lot of help, especially during practice, and especially for those young players that they have on the roster. The guidance that they have from somebody like Yuta is invaluable. Stick around, we're going to have the highlights in a bit. And then we'll break down the numbers before we call it an evening. Top scoring for the winners was actually Isaac Fotu with 21 points. Top scoring for Yokohama was Kiefer Avena with his 20. In terms of rebounds, 9 boards for DJ Newbill, 7 for Damien Inglis. And in terms of assists, 5 assists each for Makoto Hiyajima, Kenta Morii, and Gary Clark. As you run through, Gary Clark opened up scoring here for his squad. That would tie things up at 2 apiece. That was the only deadlock we had because Makoto Hiyajima found the rhythm there. He found his range early and he helped out in terms of scoring. He would finish with 13 points. Kai King. And then DJ Newbill, the MVP, showing just why he's one of the best players in the B-League. The big man, the veteran, Kosuke Takeuchi, at 41 years old, saying, I can still play. There was another assist. That's why I can't believe that Ravenna would only finish with 3 assists. That was 1 in the first half, and he definitely had at least 3 in the second. I would have thought he would have finished with at least 6. albeit in a losing cause though. First quarter ended in favor of BREX, 25-13. They opened up a lead of as much as 12 points. BREX did in the first period. In the second period, they continued to go to work. One of the 3 threes of Gavin Edwards. He really is a floor spacer. BREX would extend their lead to as much as 19 in the second canto. Another good find, and here comes the new import, Jamel McLean, in there to replace Justin Harper, who actually replaced Grant Jarrett, so he's going to get a short-term contract. Let's see how much he can assimilate himself here and contribute to his squad. Nice look inside. Tarzevsky really helped out scoring-wise. He would finish with double digits at 10. There's a 3 from Kiefer. Kenta Morii drains that 3 off an assist from Tarzevsky. And once again, DJ Newbill just about doing everything for his squad at the half. It was 47-29 in favor of the hosts. And then a 3 to open things up, courtesy of Shinji Takashima. And then Isaac Fotu with an easy floater. Nice find. Fotu showing us he's got range from deep as well. That's why he top scored at 21 points. Gary Clark with a 3. Endo to the wing. These guys can really shoot. That time it was Kaise Hoshikawa. And then DJ Newbill. Everybody touching that basketball, and after 3 periods, still a comfortable 14-point lead here by BREX at 67-53. And then Ravenna went to work, draining that 3. He would finish with 20 points. Makoto Hiyajima though started out the 4th period still on fire. And here's Kiefer with a perfectly timed pass to Tarzevsky. Nice seal. And that foul there from Matsuzaki will be a 3-point play in the offing here. Another 3. As we said, he single-handedly brought his team back from that huge 26-point deficit. Cut it down to 10. But stayed here down the stretch because of exceptional 3-point shooting. UTSUNOMIYA BREX shooting 35% from deep, 13 out of 37. And there's Ravenna once again, keeping his team in it. Comes up with another assist there. But in the end, they would run out of time, and again, just a little steadier. What's UTSUNOMIYA BREX here this evening? As we go through the numbers, total field goal shooting, 50% for UTSUNOMIYA as compared to 47%. Not that big of a discrepancy if you really look at it. Actually, just one more field goal made, but when you break it down, you can see there 75% as compared to 56%. Though Yokohama actually had 3 more made field goals from inside the arc. Just about even from 3-point distance. Those are quite deceiving numbers if you look at it. But just like what Coach Zico said, we had a big lead, and we also had some stops in the end. That contributed to the victory. Everything else just about even. As you can see, that 34-38, those are the points in the paint. That was also just as close at the first half. Big discrepancy was bench points, 45 as compared to 21. But it wasn't enough for the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS to pull off an upset here this evening. Scoring leaders, Fotu with 21, Newbill with 17, and Hiyajima with 13 points. Kiefer Avena would lead the B-CORSAIRS with his 20. 14 points contributed by Gary Clark, and Damien Inglis also in double digits with 10. As we mentioned, UTSUNOMIYA will now register their 5th straight victory and improve to 11-2. Yokohama will drop to 4-9. Rebounding leaders, 9 apiece for Newbill and Fotu, and 4 for Makoto Hiyajima. For Yokohama, in a losing effort, 7 boards for Inglis, and 5 each you have there for Tarzewski and Clark. In terms of assists, 5 there for Hiyajima, 4 for Endo, and 3 for DJ. 5 each for Clark and Morii. And also, Damien Inglis actually had 5 assists. As you take a look at our final graphic, key player matchup. It was essentially one-way traffic. 13 points scored here by Makoto Hiyajima. That 4 points is a very low number for Sei Ando. He always averages in double digits. In fact, he averages 14 points a contest. So he was 10 points shy, which is actually the winning margin here of UTSUNOMIYA BREX. And that's going to do it for our coverage. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us here this Wednesday evening. Till the weekend, till more B-League action. Have a good week ahead, everybody. Take care. Good night. God bless.